guys, Millboy here. So today I'm going to be showing you how to put your own NPC into Skyrim using the creation kit. So if you've not done it already, I recommend watching my previous videos. Show you how to download and install the creation kit, and then show you the basics of using it. So I'll show you how to like set it up for actually making a mod, and I'll show you how to use things like the render window, etc. So the first thing you want to go and do once you've done that is you want to go to File at the top and go into Data. So if you've not done it already, double click Skyrim.esm to get this nice little cross next to it, and it'll tell the creation kit we want to load all the files from here. Once you've done that, click OK. I've already done it to save time, so I'm going to click cancel. But once all that's loaded, first thing we want to go and do today is go to the object window and go to actors. So once you've done that, you want to just expand the actors category and then click on the actor subcategory. Now you should get a nice big list of all the NPCs. So first thing we want to go and do, because we're making a new one, right click any, it doesn't matter which one, right click, click new. And now as you see, we've got a nice little window, so we can actually customize our NPC. First thing we're going to do, sorry about that. First thing we're going to do is go to the very top left to ID, and this is basically what the creation kit refers to this NPC as. So if you go into object window after you've created your NPC, this is what you'll type in to find it. So I always start mine off with mod every object I make, so I later on in when I'm near into the end of my mod, I can just type in the filter in the object window mod, and it come up with all the objects I made, and I can just customize them some more. So and then I'm going to type in mod and then something that refers to my NPC. So mod George, because that's going to be his name. So now, yeah, we move on to the name. So this is the actual name will show up in the game. You know, when you go up to him, just before you talk to him, it'll say George, whatever you call him. So yeah, mine's George. So George, and it's actually going to be George the Mighty, George the Mighty, because that sounds pretty cool. So it's short name. I hope I explained this well now. Basically, this is if you have subtitles on in the game and you're walking past a character, you're not actually directly talking to them, but you walk past them and they say something, and it pops up the text at the bottom of the screen. This is basically the little name that will pop up in front of that text, so you know who's saying it. So this is going to say George. So you don't really put the full name, but say if my full name was just George, I could put the short name as just George. But it's just basically the shortest version of your name. Okay, so if we move on to these tick boxes here, the first thing we want to tick is the one that says unique. The reason we do this is because we're not going to be duplicating our character loads of times like the game does with guards. But if we were making a character like guards, you know, because in the game, say a Whiterun guard, they don't make there's I don't know, hundreds of guards in the game, isn't there? They don't make each individual guard, do they? Because that would take a long time. They make one guard and duplicate it loads. So that's why when you make a guard, you wouldn't tick unique. But we're not going to make a big army of George, are we? So we're just going to tick unique. So once you've done that, you can tick the others, whichever ones you want. So essential. Is it an essential NPC, you know, when you get it down to its last health, and instead of dying, it just goes and gets out of breath, and then stands back up after a few seconds. So do you want it to be that or not? You can tick that one. Invulnerable is actually invincible completely, you know, so he doesn't lose any health at all, doesn't bleed, etc. So, you know, you just tick the ones you want, but just definitely have unique ticked. So now let's move on to the middle section and have a look at race. So this is the actual race of your character. So if I click on this and a little scroll down, I can choose what race. Now, I do recommend not doing something like a mammoth, you know, like an animal, because you might have some problems when you try to put some armor on it. So I'm going to choose something let's see, a Khajiit. Actually, it's going to be a Khajiit vampire, because that will look pretty badass, I reckon. So once you've done that, if you actually want to preview it, if you go down to the very bottom of your window, you can see preview. You can preview full or preview head, which are pretty obvious. So if I click full, there we go, I can have the full view of that. Nice straight tail there, hasn't he? Yeah, or if I can just preview right in his head, there we go. Yep, he's definitely a vampire, I can see that. So while you've got preview on, you can actually change some more. So change back to normal. Yep, we can obviously see that, you know, there's a big difference there. So back to vampire, I think. Once you've done that, you can move down to this little tick box here. So do you want it to be female or not? If I just put that back into full so you can see easier. If I tick that, there we go, we've got a nice female one. Untick that, we got back to male. So, now skin. Now this doesn't really apply to many NPCs, but say you're making something like, let me think, a horse. If I find it here, it should be under skin, and then say you're making a horse, you would have like, here we go, skin, horse, black hide, black and white hide, grey hide, or the shadow mare hide, etc. That's basically what that is, but that doesn't really apply to NPCs, so you can leave that one out really. Next thing, height. So do you want him to be like, as tall as the world? There we go. Look at him, he's pretty big now. Bit too big, I reckon. You can make him a bit smaller, like put 0.5 instead of just 1 to make him like a little like midget, whatever. Weight, you can just leave that how it is. Faraway model, leave that how it is. Now voice type, here we go. First of all, I recommend not putting something like a cow, because like say you try and talk to him in the game and you're trying to say something. I don't think they've actually made a line where a cow says greetings or something like that. So there won't actually be any voice. If the character tries to say something and there's no voice clip of him saying that line, then nothing will happen. He won't say anything. So I recommend using a humanish voice. So let's say a male child, you could do that. Sound like a child, that'll be pretty funny. Or you could do let's say a female orc. Actually, that'll be pretty good. That'll be funny. Khajiit vampire talking like a female orc. That'll be pretty good. Oops, let me just move this into preview better. So yeah, that's basically that for traits. So if we move up to the top, the little tabs at the top, we want to move on to stats now. So here's where we can make it look pretty badass. So let's give him a level of 100 here. And now if I just say I've put level 100, but none of these little skills here have updated, so he's still level 5 and everything. So that's not very good. So the first thing we want to go and do is tick this little box that says Auto Calc Stats. And if I click that now, I just see all the stats have been updated. His health, his skill, etc. But you probably figure, well, why is he only level 20 in archery? I want to make a really good archer, and he's going to be good in smithing. And well, to do that, you want to go down to class at the bottom, and then you actually just change his class. So if I want, say, a combat mage conjurer, I click that one, and now all his conjuration has gone to 100. If I change this to combat ranger, archery is now 100. So you can just change his class to change his actual skills. So but say like if you want to like make his health higher though, or his magicka higher, or his stamina, you can just change that. So I'll put like 1,000 health, just like this. So once I've done that, I can make his magicka up to like 1,000 as well, or his stamina up to like 1,000, 10,000. He's gonna have 10,000 stamina. That's how beast he is. Speed. Do you want that to be, really fast or really slow? So he's going to like go across the map in a second, or a few zeros on that. But, I don't want to mess the game up, so I'm just going to put that at default. Bleed out override is like how many seconds till he like stops bleeding, but I just don't touch that because no point in doing that. Sorry. Now if we go to the tabs again, factions. This is where we can actually define who's going to be his allies, his friends, or his enemies even. So if I right click here and click new, we get a nice another little window here. We can actually say which faction he's going to be in. So he's going to be in the bandit faction, so he's friends with bandits. He's going to be in the caravan faction, companions, etc. Which one should we be in? Actually, if we use the filter at the top, we can find them a lot quicker. So say I want to find the vampire faction because my guy's a vampire. I type in vampire. Oh, there we go. We've got the vampire faction at the bottom. So if I click that, there we go. He is in now. So that basically means he's friends with vampires. But if we actually want to see exactly who he's friends and allies with, if we right click the faction that we've just put in and click edit, as you can see, we can see, oh, he's allies with vampires. He's friends with drogs, or however you say it. Friends with skeevers, friends with skeletons, etc. So, if you do that, right click edit, you can see who he's friends with, who he's allies with. And this all, you're probably thinking, well, why does this matter? Well, I'll come on to this in a minute. So if you click cancel now, you just add your factions there. And then if you move on into relationships, now if I right click here and click new, nothing will really happen right here. You have to assign that separately, but basically this is like who's his mom, who's his girlfriend. So I could have his mom as Ulfric Stormcloak if I wanted to, but yeah, whatever. So keywords, just leave that blank. AI data. Now here we go. So I'll make him aggressions, frenzied, mood. He's going to be surprised all the time. Confidence, he's going to be foolhardy. Energy, just leave that as 50. And assistance. Now, this is what I was on about before in factions. So here we go. We got helps nobody, helps allies, helps friends and allies. So if I selected just helps allies now, because I'm in the vampire faction and he's only allies with vampires, that means he would only help vampires if they were like getting attacked by someone. But if I click help friends and allies, because he's got friends like say skeevers and he's got a friend who's skeletons, he's friends with skeletons, that means if a skeleton was getting attacked or a skeever, then they would also like be helped by this NPC. So that's basically what that is. Morality, you know what morality is. Combat style, and this is what like kind of like say you give him a sword and you also give him spells. What's he going to use? Is he going to be like a magic guy or a combat guy, etc.? You just choose what you want. I'm just going to leave mine as default for now. AI packages, the next tab. This is basically, I'm trying to give an example here. I think I'll just show you. So if I click right click and click add, we can add certain packages. So we can add the trying to find a good example. So we could have the, I've just found it then. Bear with me here. The test wander pack, it makes them wander around. Gassing. Here we go. Brinjolf remains at flagging. It will always stay at the flagging. So you can choose this is basically what kind of actions your guy will do. Actually, I'll show you. If I click off this now, and if I right click, instead of clicking add, I click new. It should have opened up there. Okay, it's not happened. You have to click add. But say I choose something like, let's see. Actually, I won't go into detail on this because it get a bit too complicated. But basically, look at the kind of actions it takes. So you click add and add a package. Normally, right-click new works, but it's not working today. So next tab, inventory. So you know what's he going to have in his inventory, and actually what outfits is he wearing. So if we go into outfits first, default outfit, we can see what we're going to give him. We're going to give him. He's going to have the elven armor with no helmet. And now, as you see, oh, it's not updated automatically. The reason is you have to go back down to preview now and click on preview again on full. You need to do it again, and there we go. We've got our Khajiit in the elven armor without a helmet. So every time you change his armor or something like that, you need to click preview full again. So if I change it now and put like Imperial, heavy Imperial armor and click preview full, there we go. And now sleep outfit, so what armor he's going to wear to sleep. Let's see. He's going to wear the college archmage outfit when he goes to sleep. That's nice. Let's have a little look. What else? We've got inventory here. So if we right click on our inventory now and click new, we can add another item. So the way we change this, so if we click on this little object drop down menu here, we can select what he's going to have. So is he going to have a katana, or however you say that? I always get that wrong. But oh, it's not updated. Where is it? Where is it? Remember, we need to go and click full again. So click that. As you see, he's got a nice little sword on the side now. We can change that to have, let's find something. If I just do a little quick search, enchanted Daedric battle axe, which absorbs health. If you find an enchanted item, actually, as you see these little numbers on the side, if I select enchanted Daedric battle axe absorb 4, then, but if I click the one that says 6 at the end, 6 is more powerful than 4. So 4 will absorb a certain amount, but 6 will absorb a certain amount more than 4. It's a bit, well, you know, that's basically that. Sorry if I'm rambling on a bit. So if we click preview full, there we go. He's got that now, the battle axe in his back. Count, how many does he have? He's going to have 10 of these. Don't know why, he just is. What is the health of the weapon? Is it going to have like, is it going to be like 50% damage or something? So if I just put a 5 there, it's going to be 50% damage. Or, you know, is it going to be like to the max it can? Obviously you can't have extremely high, over like 100,000%, because, you know, that just doesn't work. That's strange. You can't have like 1,000%, can you? 200% he lets you do though. think that just make double the damage or something like that. I don't know. This other stuff, owner, you can just leave that. Now, if you see this bit at the bottom which says preview calculated result, this is for if you have a certain item, a leveled item. And then, like, say you're like a level 10 character. When you come up to this guy, you'll have level 10 things, or if you're like level 40, he'll have level 40 things. I'll just show you. So if I go into inventory again, right click, new, and then in the little object drop down, I search for L, and then scroll down. You need to find, it says L item. This stands for leveled item. So we find something like, if you want, here we go, armor boots, any. So if I click this, it'll be a leveled item of any armor boots. So if I click that now, when I click preview the result as a level 1 character, he'll have hide boots. But if I'm a level 100 character and do that, oops, it mustn't have changed, sorry about that. It'll have steel plated boots. So as you see, it changes. So you can see what, like, it's random as well. So if I do this again, he's still level 100, it'll change to iron boots. So the higher your level, the better stuff you'll have if you add something like that. Now if we move on to the next tab, spell list, so what spells he has. So if I right click, I can add a new one, another window pops up. I'll filter it through fire, let's filter a bit more, firestorm, there we go, there's firestorm. Click that one and click OK. There we go, got firestorm. Oh, he's going to have some perks as well, actually. Click new. I can add a perk if I want to, and edit what they do and stuff like that. But you don't really need to do perks right now. We might come into this in a later tutorial though. If we move on to the next one, sounds. So how is he going to be a really loud character, or is he going to be really silent, etc.? So loud, very loud. Does he take sounds from another character? You can leave that one blank, and leave the rest of that blank also. Let's move on a little bit more. Animation. So you can't really change anything here, but you can actually just see what kind of things you do in the game. So if I see what attack power looks like, click on that. There we go. We can see in the preview window what he's actually going to be like in the game. Or I can click block bash. There we go. Attack right, like that. So you can have a look what he's going to look like when he's fighting in the game or something like that. Next tab, attack data. You can just leave all this, move on. You don't really need to mess with that just for making an NPC. Now if we move on, we've got character gen parts. So I see our character's still doing something in the preview window. So just to reset him, go back to preview and click 4 again. Oh, it's not resetting. So go back to animation, sorry about that. And just click this little button that says resume. And it'll just pause him. Then go back to character gen part. Sorry about that. And here we can actually change what he looks like. So at the top, let's change his hair color. Actually, let's preview his head first. Oh, he's got no hair. So let's add some. If we go down here, sorry, you can see hair. Click on this. Click this little drop down menu. And add Kashif Mayo 7. There we go. Look at that nice hair. And it's black. So if we go to the very top, like I was going to do it first, we can change the color to medium brown, like that. So that looks a bit nicer now, doesn't it? We can select the face tinting color, a grey, like a yellow tint on his face if you want to. And now you can make it a different face or something like that. Actually, you can't on many NPCs and like races, you can't actually change the face like this. Like if there's only 2 options, one is mannequin, and that's like a default head for like that's on every NPC. So I do that, it'll look like that. Yes, it looks pretty strange. If you want that, you can have that, but it looks pretty freaky. Actually, that looks pretty cool, doesn't it? But I'm just going to go back to the normal one. Eyes, what eyes does he have? You know, there's only one there. Facial hair, here we go. Let's give him a mustache number 2. There we go. Eyebrows, there's none. You can only have the default one on them. If we go here to textures, if we click on this one now, you can decide on what colours other things are. So let's get eyeliner and change that to black. As you see, its eyeliner is changed to black now in the preview window. If we go down to chin, make that, let's black as well. There we go, he's got a black chin now as well. So you can change what he looks like in colour as well and all this stuff. So that's basically what the character gen parts is. So if we move on to the next tab, oh actually sorry, I missed out face complexion. So this is basically, do you want the first one like this, or do we want the second one? So he's a bit older, etc. There's not much there, but just didn't want to miss that out. So then the next one is the character Jen Morphs. So here we go. We can change the height of his eyebrows. There we go. We can change the width. So let's make it like really close together. There we go. The depth, stuff like that. Chin is going to be a really big one like this. Length up, massive, etc. Nice big chin. So you can have some fun with this, changing his nose to a different nose and nose eyes. Number 4. So, you know, just have some fun with that and change what your character looks like. Next thing, I think this is the final one now, face animation preview. So this is where you can actually see what his expressions look like. So if I click this little drop down menu and click on, surprised. So if he's surprised and like in any point in the game, like you're talking in a game and the dialogue's telling him to be surprised, this is what it look like. So if I choose a different one, let's see, when he's angry, that's what it'll look like. But now you can actually edit what these expressions look like. So once you've got one selected, like the angry one, so if I look in these little boxes down here and click on blink left up here, I can actually change what it will look like when he's making the angry expression. So I click on blink left and push this little scale up to full. So his eye is he's going to blink when he's angry. It's pretty strange, isn't it? He's going to have his, let's see, his brow is going to go in left when he's angry as well, like that. So you know you can make him look pretty funny as well when he's pulling certain expressions. So have fun with that. But basically, guys, that's it for actually like designing our NPC. So if we click OK now, once we've edited all our settings, so go back and like change some stuff what you want, but then click OK. Once you've done that, take a second, it'll just save your character into the object window. And now what you want to go and do is you want to, he's in the game, but where is he? He's not in the actual world. So the way we do that is we go into cell view down here and we select where we want him to be. So if we click on world space interiors, we can actually select all the interiors in the game. So let's have a look for a place we'll put in. If we let's find somewhere. Sorry about this. Riverwood. He's going to be in Riverwood and he's going to be in the Riverwood Trader. So if I click on that, double click. Just take a second, and in the render window now, if we zoom out a little bit, as you can see, we are in the Riverwood Trader. So now what we want to go and do is we just want to go and do is drag our character in here. So the way we do that is we go into the object window and try and find him. So if we filter it out, because now the way we filter though is we use the ID like I mentioned earlier. So I type in mod, and there we go, mod George. So let's just move our render window around a little bit. Let's have a little look. Go downstairs, I think, instead of upstairs. So you know, if you don't know how to navigate in the render window, one of my previous videos show you this. And then we want to put, sorry about that. And if we want to put him in here now, don't we? So we go to the object window and we simply click on him and then drag into the render window and place him in. And there we go. Look, there he is in the corner. So if you just hold right click, you can and drag, you can change which way he's facing and stuff like that. And you can also do other things like, you know, hold Z and drag him up and down to, you know, change if he's what height he's at. But yeah, basically, if we go into our game now, he'll be there and in the Riverwood Trader. So yeah, let's go and see him in the game. But the way we do that is we've made our mod now, but we've not actually saved it. So if we go to the top of our creation kit window and we see this little save button, simply click that. And now you want to make sure, it should automatically do this for you, but we want to make sure we're in the data folder. So the way we do that is it's normally in local disk and your C drive, depending if you're on 64 32-bit. Should be program files if you're on 64-bit, program files 86 like I am. You go down to find Steam, you find, where is it now, Steam apps, you find Common, Skyrim, and then you go into data. So that's the directory that you need to save it in. So let's name it, it's going to be called George. That's the name of our mod, George. So we click save, and now our mod has been saved. So if you actually go into our game now, he'll be there. So I'll see you in a minute, guys, when we're going to actually have a look at George in the Riverwood Trader. Okay, guys, so here we are outside the Riverwood Trader, and we're going to go and see if George the Mighty is actually inside. But something has just occurred to me. He's in the vampire faction, so as soon as we go in there, he's going to go badass on us. And because he's level 100, he's going to be pretty hard. But you know, here we go. Let's see if it actually works. Go inside. Hope not everyone inside's dead. Here we go. Oh, look, here he is.
Here we go.
Oh, here we go. He's automatically gone badass on us. He's attacking us. He was by the fire, having a nice warm, and he's just going badass now. And look how hard he is. Look at his health. We added a lot of health to him. Oh, look, he's killing them. Oh my. But yeah, guys, it worked, didn't it? We've got George the Mighty in it. He's a vampire cheat. Oh, look at him. Oh crap. I am done. I'm gonna die here. But yeah, guys, it worked. So, you know, thanks for watching. Comment, rate, subscribe, and I hope this tutorial helped you. See you next time.